I'm starting to think that dating culture just is dying rapidly as we speak. I used to once think that being in a relationship was amazing, great. You get to have memories, enjoy each other's company, and, you know, things like that. And of course, there's long term and there's, memories for short term where you move on, you go on with someone else and share more experience, right? Now it feels like today's society is just very disappointing, to say the least. You don't believe me? I stumbled upon this video earlier on TikTok. You know what? I'll just let it clarify for you.
Be passed around so bad, but my boyfriend just wants a monogamous relationship. It's 2024. Expecting to be with one person for your entire life is like unreasonable. I'm a young 18-year-old Latina. I'm trying to get my face blasted by multiple men. Like, I haven't even had a quickie in a bathroom stall. I have so much to live for. And you're telling me that I have to stay with this one guy because I love him so much. But there's literally guys out there with 13-inch meats waiting to destroy me. It would just be so unfortunate if I were to go my whole entire life without getting piped by at least 100 different people just to see who I like the most.
Normally, I would be shocked, but I wanted to still talk about this because I almost think that every time I see a video as loony as this one, I always keep wondering how more crazy can it get? And of course, this year I'm going to start off with that. But I have a lot of questions as far as someone who isn't subscribed to that agenda or whatever, to anyone or just in her in particular. I want to know what got you down that rabbit hole to be that curious, to want to seek other people and vice versa, right? And the second thing, how do you think it would end up like years later? Like, you're still going down this path and you think, okay, there's no way that I'm gonna be fine. Everything's gonna be great. My mentality is gonna be, good and not damaged. Like, I'm genuinely curious to ask, because every time I see something as crazy as that one, I mean, this one takes the cake, but anytime I see something like where people are just sharing each other and they're okay with it and one's not okay with it, I always have to ask, like, just how does that not affect your mind to sleep at night? To know that you come with that mentality to want to, like she said, get owned by multiple guys and get passed around. I honestly hold the people that think like that accountable, but also I always kind of blame the parents, because I feel like they could have contributed a lot more to, interacting with their kids, talking to them, trying to guide them. And clearly in this case, in her mentality, it doesn't look like that's in the picture, because most of the time she either got taken advantage by dudes that put that ideology in her thought and thought that was fine, or just she's seeing a lot of, those videos. I'm not going to say it. And yeah, it's crazy. It's genuinely crazy and sad, because I remember a time, which again, every era has their own craziness, but not to this extent. But I remember a time where when you guys got into a relationship, you guys, would have the relationship, and if it falls off, it falls off and you move on. And of course there's cheating, but not to this extent where you're expecting your partner to be okay with you thinking of other people and doing certain things to you, and he's supposed to be okay with that. I know that there's such thing as coquetry, and if you want to participate to it, that's cool. That's you, but that's not me. And if there's people that are interested in that type of relationship, again, that's also your case. And if you both are consenting, cool. Kudos to you. But man, just being part of that, it just, man, I'm sorry. I just have to repeat it. It's just crazy. It is crazy, because it's also messing with the other partner's mentality. You know, it could go to the extreme, or it can go to a point where you just end the relationship and you question why, or you blame the other person when in reality you're part of the problem. I mean, let's be real. But I mean, I could be wrong. I could be thinking this is too much. Let me know what you think. Write it down in the comments. Until then, I'll post when I post.